What's going on, YouTube? We're here today for week 8 of the UBA. We are going up against the Crustle Esporte Club, I believe is how you pronounce it, and their coach Enzo. So over on the right here, like we normally do, we've got their team. So he's got Zygarde 50%, Clefable, Skarmory, Muck, which is the Alola form, Gengar, Thunderous Eye, Breloom, Emboar, Sharpedo, which is his Mega, Cofagrigus, Cryogonal, and Lanoon. So looking at this team, some of the big threats I see, obviously Gengar. Gengar can run a variety of different sets and whatnot. So that's something I got to watch out for because he could be Scarfed, he could be Specs, he could be bulky, like toxic and stuff like that. So that's one thing I'm going to have to watch out for. Skarmory is another thing that I was kind of worried about. On the team that I'm bringing, I only really have I have two kind of checks to it, but they're not ideal because they don't switch in. One of them doesn't switch in very well to it if it has the Brave Bird. Zygarde can hit hard if it's fully offensive, if it's Dragon Dance and whatnot. I believe I live 1E speed on Weavile, but we'll see. Clefable, I've got one real answer to. But so what I think he'll bring is I can see the Zygarde coming. I can see the Skarmory coming just to set up some stuff. I can see the Muck coming as well. Gengar, Breloom, maybe like the Sharpedo. The only reason I could see him not bringing the Sharpedo is because I do have that Conqueror on our team, but I'm not bringing that this week just because I didn't like the matchup fully. So he could possibly pass on bringing Sharpedo because of that. So let's go ahead and look at the team that we're bringing here. So first off, we're going to have Scizor. Scizor's going to be running Leftovers. It's going to have Technician. It's going to be Sword Stance, Roost, Bug Bite, and Bullet Punch. The goal with this is to get 1 or 2 Sword Stance up and try to sweep through the rest of the team. I believe at +2, well, I know at +4, it definitely kills the Muck. Zygarde, it does quite a bit too. Clefable, Bullet Punch will kill. I think just an Sword Stance Bullet Punch does like 70, I think, to Sharpedo. So it does decent damage. And we got the cat talking down there now. But yeah, so I looked at it, I just felt like Scizor had a really good matchup. As long as he doesn't have anything that has HP Fire or Flamethrower or anything like that. That's one thing we're going to have to watch out for. Next up, we have Weavile. Weavile is going to have the Life Orb. It's going to be running the Pickpocket ability. So that way, if I do get knocked off, I have potential to steal something else's item. The moves we're going to have is Knock Off, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and Pursuit. I was thinking about running Poison Jab just to kind of hit Clefable harder, but I decided to go with Pursuit because that way, if the Gengar is Scarfed and we get it in on that, we can Pursuit Trap it, as well as like Cofagrigus and some of the other things. We can try to Pursuit Trap and just get some extra chip off. Next, we have Marowak. Marowak's going to be a little bit more of a bulky build here. Oh, well, hold on. Back to Weavile. Weavile, we're actually not running full speed. We're running 144 speed. Just because that outspeeds everything he has outside of anything that's Scarfed. So as fast as Mon is Thunderous. And that's 353 speed. So with the 144, that puts us at 354. So we outspeed that. We'll outspeed everything else. Next up, we're going to have Marowak. So Marowak's going to have the Will-O-Wisp. Well, it's going to have Safety Goggles. I'll explain that in a sec. We're going to have Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Bone, Flare Blitz, and Stealth Rock. So I'm running the Safety Goggles because I feel like he's going to bring the Breloom, and this is the perfect counter to Breloom, as long as he doesn't have Rock Blast. Because the Safety Goggles prevents the Spore, which is the main thing. So we can switch into Breloom. We can take a Bullet Seed if he wants to go for that, and then we're also immune to his fighting attacks. If he does Toxic us, that sucks, but we at least have something to prevent the Spore. And then this also allows us to set up rocks and also go for a Will-O-Wisp on anything that might want to switch in, as well as taking care of his other threats. Next up, we've got the Big Fat Mon returning again. We've got Chansey. It's going to have the Evolite, Natural Cure. We're running Wish, Protect, and Heal Bell, as well as Counter. So the reason I'm running counter is because I looked up the calcs, and we can live a hit from Sharpedo, and knowing that if we have a counter instead, we can hit it back and do a lot more damage than just the seismic toss damage. This does kind of allow us to switch into a Scarfed Gengar or something like that and protect and scout. And there's a couple other options we can have there as well. But it's just mainly just a cleric like we've been running. Next, we're going to have Heliolisk. Heliolisk is going to have Hidden Power, Ice, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Surf. It's going to be running Dry Skin. The main reason we're running Dry Skin is because that way if he does go with the Sharpedo and we predict him on a waterfall, we can at least absorb that. And with the Focus Sash here, we can live one, and then we can also hit him back with something. Lastly, let me move him on up here. Lastly is going to be Smeargle. Smeargle is going to be running Choice Scarf, Volt Switch, Trick, Rapid Spin, and Sticky Web. So the goal obviously is to get up the Sticky Webs. That way it slows down his team. And I also wanted some hazard removal, so I decided to throw Rapid Spin on there. It's not going to be the most reliable Rapid Spinner, but it at least gives us a chance to try to get rid of something on something else that's slower. I chose the Volt Switch instead of Parting Shot or U-Turn, just that way it hits the Skarmory and the Sharpedo a little bit harder. And Trick, if we get that properly on the Skarm, that helps us out as well, because Choice Scarf Skarm should be kind of pointless for his team unless he's running Brave Bird. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the battle. Alright, so we get to take a look at his team now. So the Sharpedo did not come, which is good to notice here. So he did bring the Skarmory, he's got the Thunderous Eye, he's got the Cofagrigus, he's got Clefable, the Alolan Muck, and the Zygarde. Looking at this, I feel like once Scissor's down, I think, or not Scissor, once Skarmory's down, I think Scissor can put in a lot of work. What's he want to lead off with? He might try to lead off with the Skarmory, and he really has no check for Heliolisk outside of the Zygarde. So we're going to go ahead and lead off with Zygarde, or not Zygarde, Heliolisk. Alright, we're just going to go for Hidden Power Ice. He might be the weakness policy set. If he is, that's going to suck for us. But we know that we at least live one. And yeah, let's just go for a Hidden Power Ice. So he's going to go for a Superpower here. That means he's Scarfed if he outsped us there. We're going to get off some big damage. So we know he's Scarfed, and we know that we can easily switch into Marowak here and get up our rocks. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, he's going to switch out as well. It's a good read on his part here. Let's just go for a Will-O-Wisp, I think is the play. Actually, no. I think I really want Rocks up. No, let's go for the Will-O-Wisp here, because we know we outspeed with the EVs that we have, and Knockoff's not going to do too much to us there. And now we're going to have the ability to get off our Stealth Rocks here. So we went for the Pursuit. It's not going to do too much to us. Let's go ahead. I think we should switch into Chansey here. The one thing I'm nervous about is if he has Fire Punch on this. Pursuit won't kill us, I don't think. He's going to probably go for Knockoff again. Oh no, he switched out. Let's go for a Wish here, as he's going to go for a Heal Bell. Alright, so we're going to switch back into Marowak, because we should be able to take any one hit, and then that'll get Marowak back up to full. He's got to go to Skarmory eventually to try to get those rocks off. And I feel like, I don't know if now is going to be his chance to do it or not. And one other thing we have to watch out for is if this Clefable is unaware and also Flamethrower. So we're going to have to probably try to pivot around and scout out for that in the near future. So he's gonna go for Heal Bell again. I wonder. I don't know what he would be going for there. Let's just go for a Will-O-Wisp again here. So he's gonna go for a Wish. Yeah, we're just gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp again because getting something status is a little bit more important, I feel, at this point, than trying to get some chip damage. Alright, so we've seen 3 of his moves here. That's gonna waste off one of his wishes. We'll just go for Shadow Bone here. And we get the defense drop, which is nice. It might prompt him to try to switch out, but we're just gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp again. Wait, no, hold on. Because if he goes into that Zygarde, we're actually gonna go for Shadow Bone again. Because we need to try to take down that Zygarde if he tries to switch into that. Okay, he's gonna go Thunderous. That's gonna live that. I don't know what he would have to hit this though. Let's just go for a Will-O-Wisp here. So he's gonna go for U-turn. He's probably gonna go back into that Clefable, just trying to pivot. And we do land the Will-O-Wisp, which is nice. And what we're going to do here is he's going to go for Heal Bell, most likely. We're going to go into... Do we want to go into Scizor? No, let's go into Smeargle, actually. Let's try to get up our webs. We'll find out what moves he has to try to take us on here. Yeah, we're just going to throw up some webs. If there was a time for him to switch, this would be his time to go to Skarmory, I feel. Just that way he can try to get rid of these rocks. But I feel like right now he's really focusing on trying to get that Zygarde back up and healthy. I don't know where he was. I don't know if maybe his internet went down or something. Alright, so I think the best play now is to go back into Marowak. Because he should try to go Skarmory here and try to get rid of these. Okay, so we know that it's Moonblast now, so we got the 4th move out. Alright, so I guess he said something came up. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn the timer off, so that way it gives him a little bit more time to catch back up. We're just going to go for a Shadow Bone here. This goes for the Heal Bell. We get a crit, which really, in all honesty, probably doesn't matter that much because he's just going to go for a Wish here. And we're just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. And we've missed, what's our second Will-O-Wisp that we've missed? We've missed a couple now. So, knowing that he has nothing for this Scizor right now, let's go into Scizor. No, because as soon as we go Scizor, that allows him to bring Skarmory in. Alright, so what we're gonna go Chansey. As he goes for a Wish here. Ah, man. I was hoping he wouldn't go for a Wish yet. What we'll do is we will fire off a Wish of our own. He's going to go Skarmory here. So this is going to allow him to defog, but this will also allow us to go back into Heliolisk. Or do we want to go Heliolisk or we want to go Marowak? Let's go Marowak here. Just because that allows us to get the rocks back up, and it also allows us to hit this with something. So first, we're just going to let's go for a Will-O-Wisp first. So we land that one, thankfully, and we're going to just fire off some Stealth Rocks here and just get everything back up. He's going to go for a Wish. And we're going to go for a Shadow Bone here. And see if he wants to go into that Zygarde. Alright, so he's going to go back into Skarmory. We find out... Oh no, it doesn't say if it's Rocky Helmet or not. Let's just go for another Will-O-Wisp. As he goes back into Clefable, just getting some chip off on it. We're going to go for a Shadow Bone. As he goes for the Heal Bell. We're just kind of stalling each other out here. So what we're going to do, we're going to Will-O-Wisp here. And we missed, unfortunately. And we're going to go for it again here. As he goes for the Moonblast. So he's going to go back to full. He could go for a Wish. At this point, I kind of want to trick this. So, does he go for a Heal Bell here is the real question. Let's go for a Shadow Bone. I need to get these predictions a little bit right, or more accurate. Figure out when he's going to Heal Bell and when he's going to Wish and whatnot. So what we're going to do here, let's just fire off another Will-O-Wisp. Alright, so he goes for Protect. Kind of stalling us out here a little bit. Alright, so we get that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into Smeargle on his most likely... Oh, he went for Moonblast. Dang. I was hoping he would go for a... what's the word? Heal Bell. He's getting low on Heal Bells as well. Let's just Volt Switch here. And we're going to go back into Chansey. As he's going to go for a Wish there. Alright, so we're going to go for a Wish of our own. He might switch into his Skarmory here. I got a feeling this is going to be a long battle. This is probably going to be upwards of 30-something turn, or not 30, 90-something turns. Alright, so we know that this is Scarfed. So what we're going to do is we're going to Protect here and scout out what he wants to go for first. Because he doesn't know that we have the Protect. Alright, so he went Skarmory. So we've revealed our Protect there. Let's just go for a Wish. Alright, so he's going to throw up his own rocks as well. So with that in mind, let's go into Marowak here. As he goes back into Clefable. So we're just going to fire off a Shadow Bone here. And now we're going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. He's most likely going to go for the Wish. If we can get rid of his Heal Bells, that would be fantastic. But he's going to have to play pretty smart with him now that he's low. Video here. Alright, so he's going to go for the Wish, and of course we've missed, I can't remember if that's our third or fourth Will-O-Wisp. But we're going to go for it again. It would really help if we hit these, that way it helps whittle them down and get rid of those Heal Bells. So he goes for the Moonblast there. We miss another Will-O-Wisp. We're getting low on Will-O-Wisps as well. He's going to go for Moonblast, which is a smart play in that case. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch into our Chansey, as he's probably going to go for just another Moonblast or something. Yeah. How much Moonblast was doing? 20. We're going to go for a Wish here. as he goes into Zygarde. We're going to be able to protect here and see what move he wants to go to and lock himself into. As he goes for the 1000 arrow. Alright, so we should live 1, I would assume. Let's actually just run this calc real quick. On our Chansey, Zygarde. 1000 arrows does 25 to 30. So what we can do here is we're going to wish as he gets a crit, and he's gonna most likely go for it again. So we're gonna go for a counter here and hope that we can get some big damage off on him. So this should do double. Alright, so we knock out the Zygarde, and Chansey's going to go back up near full. And I think that was really his only big threat that he had for us. He's going to go into Muck here. And what do we have for Muck? Let's just go for a counter on Muck, because he's probably going to go for a knockoff. So he goes for a knockoff. He gets the poison, which won't matter too much, and the counter does knock that out. So Chansey's picked up 2 KOs on its own here. And the last threat that we kind of have to watch out for, Cofagrigus can be offensive, but I doubt that he's going to go for an offensive set. Let's just go for a wish here. We're gonna go for a wish. Okay, so he's got superpower. Chansey's gonna go down there. And now we've got to play extra smart. So we're gonna go Weavile. I think Weavile and Pursuit should be able to knock this out. Oh, Weavile. And this is Thunderous. Pursuit does... Hold on, he's got a defense drop as well. Yeah. Pursuit does 54 to 64 if he's not switching. Oh, wrong one. But I feel like he would have to switch here, right? Yeah, so let's go for Pursuit. He does switch out, so we're going to pick up a KO there. And at this point, we just need to take down that Skarmory. Once Skarmory goes down, we'll be in a really good spot. Losing Chansey kind of hurt, because I was really wanting to wish this back, or wish Heliolisk back up, or Smeargle. But at this point, Cofagrigus is probably going to have Will-O-Wisp, I would think. So, do we save this? Let's save this. So we're going to switch into Scizor, because we know he doesn't have anything to hit this with. Alright, so he makes the double into Cofagrigus, which is a good play on his part. I would assume a Will-O-Wisp would probably come out here. How bad do we need Marowak is the question. Let's go for a Sword Stance here. He's probably going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, but if we can just get up high enough, then Bug Bite will knock him out. We could be in a good spot. Maybe he'll miss a couple of Will-O-Wisps as well. So he doesn't go for the Will-O-Wisp there. Let's check to see if this will knock out here. What do we got? Scizor. There's some leftovers. Bite. Cofagrigus. Alright, so we're at ×2. ×2, unfortunately, it's not going to kill yet. going to the wrong one. But that Shadow Ball is not going to do too much to us either. So as soon as we hit this, we're going to lose our ability. So let's just go for Sword Stance. This is probably his time to go for Will-O-Wisp. Oh, okay, he has Haze on it. We're just going to go for another Sword Stance. We'll find out if he has a Will-O-Wisp for sure. Alright, so there's a Will-O-Wisp. He does land on his first try, unlike us. And he's going to go for a Haze here, I would think. So what we can do is we can go into Smeargle here. Is that our play? Yeah, let's go Smeargle. And let's just try to trick something. So he's going to go into Fable here. We're going to get the trick off. He's going to get the Scarf. We're going to get his leftovers. So he has to choose what he wants to use here. And I would think Moonblast would probably be his play. So I feel like Scizor is a pretty safe answer here. Yeah. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to Roost. Because now that thing's locked into that. Or... yeah, let's just Roost. He goes for a Moonblast again. Let's see, once this is down... Carfregus is at full, I believe, still. We'll just go for a Bullet Punch here. Yeah, he's going to switch out to Carfregus. And we still haven't seen an item on that either. Let's... his last move is probably Pain Split, I feel. That would be his way to check and counter this. So we're just going to Sword Stance for now. As he probably is going to go for a Shadow Ball. Oh, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Now he's most likely going to go for the Haze. So we can switch out... do we want to switch out here? Alright, so this is a big point here. We can make a prediction here that he's going to go for the Haze and switch into Weavile, but I feel like since he saw us switch into Smeargle last turn, he's not going to do that this turn. Let's make it. We got to make some risks here. Alright, so he goes for the Haze, and we're just going to go for a knockoff here. Or, hold on, let me double check to see how much Pursuit does. Now I'm thinking about it. Weavile. Carfregus. Pursuit does 27 to 34. Now let's just go for knockoff. He stays in. Cobra Berry, it's going to do a little bit of damage to him. And he's going to get the Will-O-Wisp. At this point, let's see, what are these calcs here? Knockoff will still, well, we're burnt now. Burnt, he's got no item. Knockoff is going to do 23 to 27. So that makes it a roll. How much was Ice Shard? Or Ice Crash. Alright, so either way, that's still our best play, I believe. No, we're just gonna click Pursuit here because he might, yeah, so he did try to switch. We're gonna knock that out, thankfully. And he's down to 2. So depending on what that Skarmory is, we don't want to knock this off because we want it to be Choice Scarfed. So we're just going to go for an Ice Shard here. And he's going to go for Wish. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go Smeargle. We're going to Rapid Spin and get rid of the rocks on our side. What that allows us to do is that allows Heliolisk to come in for free here. And because of that, I think we should now have this game won. So we'll just go for a Volt Switch. Or, yeah, we'll go for a Volt Switch. And we'll go into Heliolisk. And we're free to just fire off Thunderbolts here. And Heliolisk, I think, should be able to win the game for us here the rest of the way. He's going to switch into Skarmory. Skarmory should go down to this. Yeah. And now he has to lock himself into Moonblast. So we're going to switch into Sizz just to protect the differential. Because right now at the position we're at in the playoff positioning, we need that differential to help us out. So we're going to pick up a win, 4-0 victory. It was a long, hard-fought battle, but kind of like I expected. Once his big hitters went down, once the Zygarde and the Thunders went down, we were able to just kind of slowly whittle away the rest of his team. Making the trick play was definitely a big point for us, because that allowed us to kind of put that Clefable out of commission. If that thing wasn't scarfed, it would have been able to attack and still hit us and whittle us down while also healing up everything else. So we'll pick up a good win there. Till next week, which we take on, I think it's the Watchhogs. The Westchester Watchhogs. So we'll be back again for that one, and hopefully we can pick up another win.